of the photography of the future that will have not only height and width, but depth as well. It's called holography. Am I correct?
Right.
Holography. And here from Laser Light Concepts in New York are Abe Rezny and Steve Cohen. Would you welcome them, please? Gentlemen? Abe, why don't you explain to us what laser light is?
Laser light concepts?
The concept. Well, just laser light.
Well, laser light is a coherent light source that works off a helium neon gas. And coherent meaning one wavelength of light, whereas a regular light bulb is made up of a spectrum from red, green, blue. Laser light is just one color. In this particular area, we use red.
I know I have friends who have undergone laser treatments for corneas and
Right.
detached corneas and all. And how long have they been using that for that purpose?
Well, for that purpose, I think it's
years.
right, 3-4 years.
Show us a laser beam, would you, gentlemen?
I think we're going to have to dim the lights, and I'll have to put this cigarette on.
A terrific breeze in here, haven't we?
Working?
Oh.
Oh, my. Look at that.
Maybe we can bring this light down a little bit.
Can you bring this one down? Or do we need that scoop? We need the scoop.
Just
I
a
guess.
little.
Just a little. Here we
That's
go.
good.
Oh.
Now we're going to really get it. Watch this.
Ooh, look.
And this is completely harmless. Most people think that lasers are dangerous.
Here we go. You're going to get it now. Perfect.
Lovely.
And this is what we use to make most of the images that we brought here.
Explain what holography is. Can you, Steve? You want to tell
Right.
me?
Well, holography is a process of three-dimensional imagery in which we are recording the reflection of light from an object. And since light reflects in infinite directions, we capture that recording and we are able to reconstruct the object that the reflections came from.
How far away is what I described on the introduction of photography, which will have not only height and width, but depth?
Well, it's a matter of time and money.
How much?
How much time and how much money?
Yeah.
A few $1 million, a few years of research. But the thing that we want to make clear is that holography is really not three-dimensional photography. It's a three-dimensional imaging system that's more of a combination of photography, film, physics, and sculpture.
Well, then we will see in motion pictures, and what we have, we used to have to wear the thick
Right.
special glasses
Well,
to see 3D films.
That's our dream, really, to bring it to the theater. I mean, this is all the beginning. Like, it's the beginning of a major new medium.
Have you ever seen a hologram?
No, I really didn't know.
Would you like to?
I'm absolutely fascinated, yeah.
What we're really trying to do now is to bring holography into the homes of anyone, out of the laboratory into the home.
Look at this.
All right, I'm going to start. This is a display unit designed to hang on a wall. And there we go.
And this particular hologram is shot on movie film, regular cinematography, two-dimensional movie film, and then we transfer it frame to frame by frame with a laser.
Right.
Anything that can be filmed now could be made into a hologram. We'd love to make a hologram of you one day.
Oh, I'd love for you to. Are we actually seeing all 3 dimensions, or is it just an optical illusion at this point?
You're actually seeing 4 dimensions, because we're including time.
In essence, we have 15 seconds of movie time here, and these are shot by placing a person on a turntable, and they have 15 seconds in which to make a movement, which will be recorded by the motion picture camera and then transferred. On this piece, there are approximately 400 frames of movie film.
Who developed this?
Well, the main theory of holography was invented by Dr. Gabor in 1947.
Not related to the Gabors that I know of.
I don't think so.
Kidding.
And then in about 1960, the laser was actually invented. So for about 15 years, it just lay dormant in theory. And then Dr. Benton invented the white light process.
Which allowed a hologram to be seen with an ordinary light. This is a 100-watt bulb, which is illuminating it. Although it was shot with a laser, you don't need a laser to reconstruct the image.
The amazing thing about all the holograms we bought here are they're viewed with actual 69-cent light bulbs. No more lasers.
Fantastic.
And I have another hologram here that was made. This is a very famous hologram.
Can we see it in this kind of lighting, or
Well,
do
we have to shut all the
bring it
lights and just give me one spotlight.
One spot, okay? There we go. Now we got it.
Oh,
This was made by Dr.
That's
Benton in
incredible.
the Polaroid Labs. And this is just a piece of film, and you could actually see the movement on TV. Now, the fascinating thing about this is that the image is actually a half an inch out in front of the plate. Unfortunately, we haven't come up with the holographic television yet, but we're working on it. So, but you can see the movement even on the TV screen. How you can look around, and then it's just a regular.
That is
Oh,
wild.
isn't it
That is
great?
incredible. We have to pause for a 3D commercial. We'll be right back right after this.
I use ivory liquid.
We'll have this kind of television in the near future.
It's possible.
I wouldn't say the near
It's
future.
going to take a lot of research and development,
A lot
and
of money,
it would require the design of new television sets.
Has any of that development or research begun at this point?
In theory.
This is the
Okay.
beginning.
What we'd like to see is that the things that we're working on can be expanded to theatrical size. And that's what we're really after, is that someday we'll all be able to sit in a theater and have the image 20 feet off the screen in 3 dimensions.
it'd be
And
incredible.
we think that's possible, and that's why we're playing.
Is hologram very, very expensive?
No. Actually, the hologram of the Kiss we sell for $150 with the display. And we're now set up our studio to do portraits of people for $350. Just ready. Actually, it's our philosophy, out of the lab and into the home.
How long does it actually take to make a holograph? You said something like 30 minutes?
Well, 30 minutes to set up the turntable and then 15 seconds of movie film.
Just as that, and it's over. Isn't it?
Then it's a two-step process. We have to transfer it over to the holographic film, but we do that in our lab. And we're constructing machinery that will do that fairly quickly and more automated, so that just about anything that can be put on film will end up in a hologram.
We have time for one more holograph, guys. Okay?
Well, the significant point about this piece is that, if I get it just right, you'll see the word Shelley floating there. And this is really the first time that an image has been brought forward of the central area.
You have to turn it a little bit.
All right, there we
Now,
go.
from a two-dimensional piece of film, you now have 2 three-dimensional images.
Now the next step will be to project the image forward of the film plane entirely. If you see my finger right here, we should be able to get it right out here. It's very difficult, of course, to bring it out into your living room, but that's the intention. That'll be our next step.
Thank you very much, Steve and Abe. And I also want to thank my guests, Hermione Gingold, John Sebastian, Brenda Vaquero, and my co-host Twiggy, of course. Twiggy and I will see you tomorrow when we'll be joined by Charles Durning, My Fair Ladies Ian Richardson, George Shearing, and the Silver Convention. See you then.